Maybe if I open the window.
Hello? Hi, Ned. How is everything going?
To recap for all you youngsters out there, Groundhog Day, the movie, is a comedy starring Bill Murray about a man who wakes up every morning, forced to relive the same day over and over. It's an undeniable classic, sure, but it's an undeniable classic from 1993, making it a strange source of inspiration for a sequel. Even stranger, a VR-exclusive video game sequel. But luckily for fans of the original, Groundhog Day, like father like son, not only pays respectful homage to the film, but also takes the familiar setting and gives it a life of its own.
Sophie, go tell your brothers to come inside. They listen to you.
No.
Look, even inside this glass orb it's snowing. Fuck this place.
Like father like son follows the Groundhog Day formula to a T. As Phil Jr., you're back in Punxsutawney for another Groundhog Day celebration, but everyone around you, yourself included, is miserable for one reason or another. By replaying the day over and over, you slowly unravel each character's plight, and it's your job to help them through puzzle solving, conversations, and minigames. At the outset, you're limited to just a few mundane scenes with characters that are all talking over each other, and I hate to say it, but I'd be lying if I said I wasn't kind of bored for the first hour or so. But as you spend time with each individual, more and more of the story unfolds, and you find yourself not only seeing new locations and encountering new situations, but also caring about each of the initially unlikable cast members and learning new skills to impress them or to win their trust. Which means that throughout the game, you'll be finding yourself doing a handful of awkward tasks, from cooking, fixing cappuccino machines, dancing, spray painting walls, and a bunch of other things I'd rather not spoil. The original movie alludes to Phil Connors mastering all sorts of different skills over his 3 decades in Punxsutawney, but like father like son doesn't edit quite as much out, actually forcing you to do some things quite a few times before getting it right, which means that sometimes the repetition feels tedious, but the payoff is almost always worth it.
Don't worry, Ned. I'll hear it another time.
Man, it is great to have you back. How the heck are you, Junior?
Yep, I'm great.
If there's one developer that should be trusted to make a fully fleshed out game utilizing time manipulation in VR, it's obviously the Invisible Hours developer Tequila Works. In fact, they really nailed the UI in this game by giving us a tablet that keeps track of all your goals, allows you to make phone calls, take photos, and adjust your settings without ever having to bring up a separate menu. But it's a little shocking that a lot of the annoyances from the Invisible Hours, a game that released nearly 2 years ago, have made it into Groundhog Day fully intact. Movement is restricted to teleportation, and worse, teleportation is actually limited to pre-designated hotspots in each room. And as you can tell from watching this gameplay footage, you're relegated to click turning only. This, along with the over-exaggerated cartoon aesthetic, a surprising number of load screens, and frequently clumsy collision detection, made for a bewildering and disappointing start to my 7-hour adventure. But although the game gets off to a shaky start, like Phil Connors himself would attest to, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. Just like the movie, what starts off as a seemingly shallow, even potentially immature comedy, eventually takes you on a roller coaster ride of emotions. The locomotion system and cartoony graphics might ruin some of the immersion, but the heartwarming story made this an unforgettable adventure. It's a must-have for fans of the original, but I'm pretty sure that just about anyone who sticks with it will ultimately enjoy Like Father Like Son.
Dad, how far away are the stars?
Oh, they're far. So far that some of those stars aren't even up there anymore.
But I can see them.
Well, actually, no. What you are seeing is starlight from millions of years ago. That's the past up there, son. You see, time, it's all an illusion. Trust me, kid. I know.